They heard you say that, Jeremy.
Nah.
They heard you. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Coming at you live once again. Your favorite program of all time, Keeping It Rio. You got Chuck and Jeremy. Again, we don't know where our boy Eric Schugel is, but he'll be here shortly, I'm sure. So, Jeremy, what's going on with you? How's everything going today on Thursday, the 11th of 11/21?
Oh, it's going good here in San Antonio. Living the dream, Chuck. Living the dream.
I heard that. I'll be in San Antonio tomorrow. We'll be living the dream as well. Our special guest just got up and moved, so I'm going to wait a minute before I introduce him. So let's go ahead and I mean, I don't know where Eric is, but I think Eric's about to be replaced by somebody way cooler and way funnier. So we're going to go ahead and kick on this brand new Keeping It Rio intro. We'll be back with our special guest in 33 seconds. Dude, our intro's sick, isn't it? Like that's a good theme song. Me too. I got goosebumps. While it was playing, I actually punched out a screen over here. So if I'm halfway now, it's because I punched out a screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, I mean, we normally do the Keeping It Rio, like, you know, wins and call outs and all that. And if you want to do that, we'll do that here shortly. Oh, now look who
somebody
decided,
showed up, huh?
Look who potentially decided to arrive here. Apparently, this guy doesn't know to turn on the camera or the microphone.
Or the microphone.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Eric Schugel. Screwed the whole thing up already. The show has basically been ruined. Well, anyways, so check this out. We're going to do our normal stuff later, but I want to get right to the special guest. I think today is like a monumental day. Are you guys excited for our special guest? You both know who it is. It's going to be great, right? Right, Eric? It's going to be good. There you go.
Oh, he already knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to bring to Keeping It Rio for the very first initial appearance, legendary. I told him I wasn't going to say this, but I'm going to call him Mr. Potato Head because that was the joke yesterday. So he's laughing pretty good. So straight out of Boise, Idaho, branch manager, ASAP Roofing, Boise. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the great Chad Frazier to Keeping It Rio. Chad, what is up? How are you, my friend?
I'm good. What's going on?
We're living the dream. Like, we're extremely happy to have you on Keeping It Rio. We think you're a highly energetic and just amazing individual. Eric doesn't like you that much, but me and Jeremy think you're cool.
I said feel free to have Chad take my spot. Are you kidding me?
I tried. Chad said he didn't want to move back to Tyler, remember?
He doesn't necessarily have to take my spot at Rio Blanco Tyler, but he can definitely.
No, it was all or nothing. That was the deal. I was trying to replace you. He didn't want it, so it's all right. So, Chad, welcome to Keeping It Rio.
It's a weekly thing.
What time is it in Boise? It's 6:00 here in College Station. I think it's 6 in Tyler and San Antonio too, right? You guys are in the same time zone as me.
Yes,
sir. You're at 5 p.m. So I mean, you're like,
we're an hour behind you guys.
You clocked out and like jumped right on the show. I appreciate that.
We're about
so
3
much.
to 5 minutes behind you.
Hold up. Which one is it? That was a great joke, Eric. Seriously. Smashed, bro. You got funny people on here today, so you got to step it up a little bit more than that.
Kaboom.
Hey, we do have a kaboom as well. We got Eric. He's famous. He's got
kaboom. Yes.
Yeah. So anyhow, we got the great Chad here. Chad, why don't you do everyone on Keeping It Rio the great honor of introducing yourself? I know I've already said Chad Frazier like 6 times, but tell everybody on our panel here, our guests, our fans, which are worldwide. We're seen in 7 countries now. as well as 57 cities across the United States. That was recent stats that I had to take yesterday for a potential sponsor I'm working on. So
That's big.
we're worldwide, bro. Why don't you tell the worldwide audience about Chad Frazier real quick? What's going on, my friend?
Well, wish it was a lot sunnier and warmer out here, but we're just dealing with it. But yeah, I run our branch of the ASAP Roofing and Construction up in Boise, Idaho. We've been here for about 8-9 months now. Little process getting here, but yeah, we've been around since about May or April, or no, sorry, January, February of this year, and just kind of working our way up.
I love it. So you basically just left Texas, right? You went over to Boise, where you did have a previous existence in a previous life.
Yep.
But you basically went over there and you started a roofing company from the ground up in a brand new territory, and you're making it look like really super easy. I'm kind of jealous. I wish it would have looked that easy when I did it, but obviously it's not easy. And we all know that. We've all been through a lot of crazy stuff trying to build the stuff that we're doing. What, like, how have you grown? I know you've grown a lot. I mean, just from the last 8-9 months of being, in a completely different role, but why don't you tell us a little bit about how you transitioned from one role that you were at into the other, and, some of the fun you've had along the way?
Yeah. So, like Chuck was saying, I kind of have a history in Boise. I was here from about 92 to 2002. I moved here originally from San Diego, California, which is where I was born, and then moved back to San Diego my sophomore year of high school, graduated early, moved back to Boise in 2004, was here for a little bit, San Diego again. My family moved to Austin, Texas, my mom, dad, brother, sister-in-law, niece, and nephew. And then I got a job opportunity and stayed in Austin, and then moved out to Tyler, Texas, because the owner of ASAP, JoJo and Leanne, are my good friends from San Diego. And then pretty much got me a job on the gutter crew. Did that for, I want to say, 8-9 months. Once that happened, did that, and they promoted me to the public relations manager. Did that for about 1.5 to 2 years, and then they expanded really fast and said who wanted to open up an office and where, and I said, send me to Idaho. And that's pretty much everything up until now.
That's it in a nutshell. And it's been a crazy journey, right? I know you chronicled your entire trip across the country, like on video, and, got to really do some cool stuff. So when you get to Boise and, you're just there, and I understand what you went through. I did the same thing in San Antonio, really. Like, I didn't know anybody, but it's been years since you've seen, hey, this one's for you too, buddy. Let's keep hydrated. Stay hydrated, my friend. So you get down there and you've got to start, putting things together for the company. You're looking for people to work with your team. How did you go about finding people? I mean, that's a crazy thing to do. I know I hired Jeremy. He was like the 60th person I interviewed. I just got tired of interviewing people, so I just took the very next dude that walked in the door, and it happened to be Jeremy.
I lucked out.
I got lucky, I guess. Dude's pretty good. So how did that process work for you when you went over there? How did you start seeking out people to join your team? How did you sell people on the opportunity being what it is? And obviously it's an empty building. So, it's a hell of a challenge. I know, because I did that with Jeremy, but how'd you go about doing that?
So my journey to this position was a lot different, and the way things worked out are a lot different than everyone else that opened up a branch. I mean, everyone's story is different, but I actually reached out to a buddy of mine that I've known since middle school here in Boise. Reached out to him, found out he was working for a roofing company, or did the same thing, and then kind of just bounced ideas off of each other. And I said, I mean, I'd love to move out there. Just they threw the idea and the option, or the opportunity to give me an office out here. And we kind of just talked about it, and he said he knew somebody else, one of his buddies, his name's Ben, and said he'd be willing to give it a try just because of his work schedule that he had at the time. And we had this plan pretty much before Jojo and Clint had even kind of brought it up, just because we had talked back and forth, like, hey, what do you do? Like, how's everything up in Boise? What's the market like? And then I would tell him what I would do. And then, like, we just trade pictures of the roofs that we had installed back and forth. And then once I went out to Boise last November, just to decide if it was the right thing for my girlfriend and I, and saw a bunch of friends that I've known since middle school and high school days and hadn't seen in 15 to 20 years, but it was like we picked up right where we left off. And the second that was happening, it was just kind of, it was a no-brainer. Obviously, I didn't know how the market was going to be. Brandon and Ben are both very good. Ben's new to this, so he's had some work and he's gotten a lot better. And Brandon's just a natural pretty much at selling. So it just worked out between the three of us. We work really well together. So I didn't really have to go find people. We kind of just talked about this before. It even happened. And then as soon as I moved out here, we had looked for an office for a while, a couple months before I even moved out to Boise. Found one, and then it fell through at the last minute because they had an offer come in right away. And then the owners came out, and then we kind of looked around for an office, and they found one. So it's been pretty much interior decorating, finding furniture, getting all that stuff. Thank God I have friends with big trucks, so they helped me out the day that I got down here, and we found all the material and all the furniture, and pretty much moved everything in.
Boom. So now, in the last 2 minutes, we've gone from Tyler, Texas to Boise, Idaho. We found an office. We got some guys on the team ready to open the door and start like going out into the world and making it happen. Right. And I know what your stats are right now, and they're extremely impressive. So how do you guys go about, getting out there, getting the name recognition? Obviously you've got a couple local people, but, 2 people that are local is, that's still only 2 people. So it's still kind of limited, but how do you guys go about making that happen?
To be honest, man, it's pretty much just, we hit the pavement pretty hard for the first couple months. And then once things started rolling in, it was kind of just, rekindling those relationships that we've had. I've met with a couple of realtors that I've knew, and back when I worked at a pizza restaurant called Smoky Mountain Pizza, back by Edwards Theater. And I did that for a while, and just kind of kept in touch with those relationships. And, definitely having those types of relationships has helped us grow to where we're at. Word travels fast out here. I've been running into people, like I said, that I went to middle school and high school with almost 15 to 20 years ago. And it's kind of just one of those things where you just, everybody wants to help everybody. So it's just kind of, it's nice. It's nice being back.
Did everybody trust the brand and everything? How was doing that? How was selling like ASAP? Was that even a big deal to anybody? Did they? Obviously you're selling yourself. So did the brand matter being new?
No, I think, obviously it's a company that's based in Texas. The owners are from California. Like, I have a history in Boise, but I'm able to connect with all 3 because I have time in Texas. I have 21 years in San Diego. I have 10 going on 11 years in Boise, Idaho. So for me, it's just meeting new people and getting myself in front of as many people as possible. Because one thing that I enjoy is just being in front of people, getting to know somebody. When you move into a different state, literally going from California to Texas is one extreme to another. But I don't look at it in the way that most people do. I look at it as an opportunity to just meet somebody new. It's kind of how I live every single day. As long as I try to make, somebody laugh, introduce myself, that's kind of what I like to do day by day.
Definitely. That's what Eric likes to do too. I was going to ask you something about Eric. Actually, I was very impressed that you just stepped in there. I was going to say, Eric, would you like to ask a question? So we're getting our chemistry here, Keeping It Real. This is episode number 29. So we're finally starting to
I got another question.
Hold up.
One at a time.
Pump the brakes here, Turbo. Now go ahead, Eric. What you got? I like that you're participating. This is rare. What you got?
Chad, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
You ready, Chad?
Okay, pay attention. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Chad, if you were given an elephant and you could not give that elephant away or sell that elephant, what would you do with that elephant, and how would you continue to run ASAP, knowing you had an elephant in the backyard?
Outstanding question, Eric. Outstanding.
My wife is in the other room going, what?
That's tremendous, though. And look, this is thought-provoking conversation is what we do here.
The real question is how many people on this screen here, you 3, would want to ride an elephant or have the chance to get on top of one?
I have before, and I would do it again in an instant.
Okay, Jeremy, I didn't see either your hand or Eric's hand raised.
I don't
I
think
mean,
that's a lot.
no, I like where you're going with this. I love where you're going with this.
So
My
if that's
question.
the case, then I'm assuming that anybody walking by my house, because I have a miniature fence in our backyard that's about 4 to 5 feet, and
We're
most
gonna
people
see this
in my
elephant.
backyard. If I have an elephant in my backyard and people want to see it and come pet it, take a look, hey, just sign up here. Let me, Well, yeah, I guess you could sell for money, but honestly, man, if somebody had an elephant, I would hope that they would share the love.
I gotta say, yeah, if you've got a pet elephant, you're doing it for the love, and
Yeah,
you're in the
being
community
a
sharing
neighborhood
that
like
joy
I'm-
because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say you were going to bring it to every roofing project also. Have a little petting zoo going on every time you had a roof going up or something.
I mean,
But hey, you had a great answer. I love it. That was awesome. Good answer.
Let's flip the script. Eric, if you had an elephant and you couldn't get rid of it and you still had to run Rio Blanco, what would you do with this elephant that you got in your backyard? How would you handle that?
I'd
It's
probably
a
have
great
to
question.
quit.
I'm going to ask everybody that from now on.
I'd probably end up quitting Rio Blanco, unfortunately, and starting a zoo in my yard, and hopefully then moving it to the yard next to me.
Look at Chuck's
Have all
face.
kinds of
Chuck's
crazy
face
animals.
is.
That's all it would take to get you to quit as a damn pet elephant. Come on, Eric.
Are you gonna get me
More than
one?
that.
I don't think they're very cheap.
I'll go get one where Clint and Leanne got that monkey. I'm sure they've got elephants over there too.
That's
a couple
the funny
grand.
thing.
I'm sure they know someone.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
everybody
I
knows
wouldn't.
somebody
I'd
that's got to
sell
hook up
roofs
to
with
an
the
elephant.
elephant. It'd be fun.
It would be
We'd
kind of
start
cool.
a zoo, though. I guess I heard it in the other room.
The Shugel Zoo, the Shugel family
The
zoo.
Shugel Zoo?
The Shugel Dick Zoo.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate. Hey,
You'd be-
that's great. Jeremy, what would you do? I know what you do,
Eric-
but tell the crowd.
Eric, you'd be the elephant king or what? Like the tiger king, you'd be
Whatever
out
you
there
want
with
to
your
call
own
me.
zoo.
I'll be whatever.
I
Man,
see
I-
resemblances to that guy now that you say that. I'm
There you
looking
go.
at Eric, and that's all I see now is that Joe.
I'll grow my
Exotic
hair out.
dude.
I'm not scared.
All right. I know
Yeah.
you're not. That's what I respect about you. It's all about content.
No,
Jeremy,
we-
what are
we
you doing with
put-
your pet elephant? What do you got? It's going to eat your koi
We're
pond
gonna-
fish, though. That's the problem. They like
Nah,
fish.
that one, they would be friends.
Elephants
they
and
would-
fish, they see
they'd
eye
be-
to eye. They're cool.
They'd be cool. They'd be cool.
They get along
I-
well together in nature.
Yeah, I'd paint him green and blue and just put Rio Blanco on him and brand him. He'd be our kind of like our mascot, I guess.
I was going to say,
Kinda
that's
like
what I would do,
Alabama.
too. Nah,
Kind of like
nothing
Bama.
that.
Oh,
Nothing like that.
I'm not even a fan.
Look
I
at
know
that.
you're
Look at
not. You're not a
Yeah,
fan.
Minnesota Golden Gophers are trash anyway, so it's all good.
What's
Oh.
up now? Oh.
It's the truth.
Now
They
it's
are.
coming out.
Yeah. So, anyways, we've talked about this ASAP stuff. We talked about Boise. You're doing an awesome job. You're coming up on 8 months, and the number you're shooting at is 50 roofs in 8 months from a absolute standstill, nothing going on. So that's super impressive, Chad. I appreciate you and everything that you've done. I know it's been difficult because it's been difficult for every one of us that's done it. And we weren't 17 or I don't even know how many miles away you are. You're thousands and thousands of
We were
miles,
about
52,000 miles or so away.
A little over 1,700. We're 25. It was a 24-hour drive.
Yeah. So, I mean, no bueno on that, but you're doing an awesome job. So we've talked about work. So let's get to the important stuff now, right? Okay.
Mhm.
You're over there. You got Boise State. You got the Smurf turf going on over there.
Smurf.
Big fan of the Boise State team. It is called Smurf turf. Why you
Yeah.
guys hating on that?
No,
Oh,
it is. No, it's true. I like.
I
it.
thought Eric.
I heard.
I see Eric doing some nonsense down there again.
I'm not doing anything.
I know how it works now with Eric because during the meeting the other day, I texted Eric just to see how he would respond, and I was watching his mannerisms. So now I know exactly what to look for when this man's disrespecting our program by texting people. I'm calling him out. So, anyways, Boise
God,
State's pretty good.
You want to know what I texted?
Yeah.
Okay. I texted Jeremy and I said, "Stop staring at Chad like that. We see the drool."
All right. Hey, fair enough.
I didn't even
Fair
look at my
enough.
phone.
Fair
didn't
enough.
even
Yeah,
look at
see,
my
that's
phone.
the thing.
Look
Eric,
at your
whenever
watch.
Eric releases this comedic
It's
gold,
dead.
nobody's ever paying attention. It's horrible. Anyways, Chad, so you're a Boise State fan. What about NFL? I know who your team is. Who's your team?
NFL, I am a Colts fan.
Colts fan.
How
Well,
is that possible?
I grew up going to San Diego State Aztec games when I was a little kid before I moved to Idaho.
Marshall Faulk, baby.
Yep. And a lot of people don't remember a guy named by the Darnay Scott.
Oh,
He went to the he also played at San Diego State, but he
Kawhi Leonard, big Spurs
Leonard, yeah.
ex-Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, it's once Marshall Faulk got drafted, and I want to say '94 by the Colts, I just stuck with them, and then he went to the Rams. I said sticking with the Colts because I was already 4 years committed at that time, and then that's when Peyton Manning got drafted, and
You replaced Marshall Faulk with Edgerrin James, and everybody's in
There
the
you
Hall
go.
of Fame, and everyone's
I don't
happy.
like Joseph Adai though.
Nah.
No go on Joseph Adai.
Or Dominic Rhodes. Dominic Rhodes was a bust. He didn't belong there either.
No, I like Dominic Rhodes more than Joseph Adai. But
Joseph
Edgerrin
Adai,
James,
yeah, he was no good. But Edgerrin James was cool. I was a big fan of his back in the day. Big
Got an
fan of
autograph.
Peyton Manning.
got
I
an
like the
autograph
Colts.
card.
I got a buddy in Ohio named Rob Rusi that's a huge Colts fan as well. So, like 20 some years ago, when Jim Harbaugh was the QB and they were 1-15, I just want to point that record out. 1-15 was Jim Harbaugh's record as a NFL quarterback. He's not much better as a college coach. But I used to like watching the Colts back in the day.
Dude, I want to say that was with like Ken Dilger.
Ken Dilger was the man, number 85, tight end.
Zach Crockett, starred Marvin Harrison.
There it is, yeah.
What else do you need? Marvin Harrison Jr. actually is a Ohio State Buckeye. So there you go.
He should have gone to a better college.
Well, he couldn't afford it,
I'm not gonna
unfortunately.
lie, Chuck, I love you to death, man, but Ohio State is one of my least favorite sports teams, aside from the Patriots, the Yankees,
And booted.
probably.
No. I respect Chad's opinion on this. I respect Chad's opinion. I appreciate this guy. I would boot Eric, but not Chad.
For whatever
Boot
reason,
me.
it's just fun. Ever since the Troy Smith days, Maurice Claret, I couldn't stand him.
Not a Maurice Claret or Troy Smith fan, huh?
No.
Yeah, I'm a Big Ten Gopher fan, so do you think I like him either?
Nope.
Oh, well, I mean, Eric, step into relevance, bud.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I like when Minnesota played Ohio State. I was like, I can't even get upset and like talk crap because I'm 42 years old and I don't think Minnesota's ever beat Ohio State in my life. It's like, I don't want to say it too loud, but it's like Texas A&M. Same deal down here, but no worries. But hey, Chad, the Buckeyes are cool. We got great uniforms.
No more roofs.
Our team is amazing. We're doing good. So big Colts fan. What else? What else you got going on?
Boise State actually just went there to the Air Force game. I want to say 2-3 weeks ago. It's my first time back at Boise State Stadium. Since I played there in Pop Warner. No, I went to a couple games as I got older, but when I was growing up here, we had Pop Warner games, and our jamboree or our opening day games were at Boise State Stadium. But that was when it was like the actual turf, the turf.
Oh, it wasn't. Was it blue?
No, it was still blue. But it was kind
How
of
is
like
it to play on blue turf? How does that mess with you? It's got to, right?
It messes more so with the birds, and I'm sure.
I was just gonna say that. Just gonna say, is that true? All the dead birds there.
I've never seen the pictures of the birds, but
I heard it's because they think it's like a swimming pool or water, and they try to go in
Body
there
water.
and they, boom.
yeah, it's a cool
Nice.
stadium, man. Going back for my first game in a long time, and then Allison's my girlfriend. Her and her dad's first time ever at that stadium. It was a good experience, except for the fact that they lost, but still a good game to go to nonetheless.
Who'd they
Absolutely.
play?
They played Air Force, that triple option, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those military academies know how to run the option play better than anybody on the planet, and it's just so well prepared that you know it's coming. But it's like,
You
Air
can't
Force
say
has
anything
sweet
about it.
uniforms though too. I give Air Force that. Of all the service academies, their uniforms are the best.
I agree.
Yeah. So we got Boise State. We got the Colts. Eric's a Minnesota fan. Like, Eric, what do you like? The Minnesota Golden Gophers, the T-Wolves, the Twins,
The Wild, the Twins, the Vikings, and then
Vikings. I've never heard of them. What sport is that?
I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Corey Stringer, one of my all-time favorites.
That was a rough day.
I'm just saying. And Robert Smith, all-time greatest running back in the history of that team. Buckeyes. We got Jeremy. Now, there's someone that we can be proud of over here. Jeremy's alma mater is actually ranked in the top 15, and it's
Roadrunners.
UTSA, the Roadrunners of University of Texas San Antonio.
birds
And
up.
I'm making a push right now for UTSA to make the playoffs. I'm hoping that one of these four gets knocked out, like maybe Georgia or Oklahoma gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Buckeyes end up playing UTSA for the national title. That would be the perfect scenario. Once the game starts, obviously I got to switch, but
losing and
could you imagine making the playoffs and then them losing like 60-0? Like
it's going to happen to Cincinnati if they make it too. I'm calling that
yeah,
now.
I know. Yeah,
I'm calling it. Their fans were talking trash last week, and it's like, all right, guys. Last time we played Cincinnati was 2 years ago, and it was 42-0. So
Cincinnati, yeah, they're going to do the same thing.
It's brutal. So UTSA and
all right. But once they get in and they play these bigger teams, it's just like, was it worth it?
It's got to be a good paycheck. And I guess there's a good story behind it. Like, dude, you remember that time that Alabama beat us like 97-3? It's like, we're celebrating the fact that we got the 3, right? Like,
yeah.
Hey, good for you guys.
Well, I mean, I remember Boise State versus Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. By far one of the greatest college football games.
I was going to say, I vaguely recall this. Why don't you share the result there?
Running around the apartment I was literally running around my apartment screaming.
Yeah, it was
and I'm from Minnesota. Like, you could imagine. Like, everyone was going nuts. That was nuts.
Well, Minnesota hasn't been relevant since you guys had Lawrence Maroney. I think that's like the only – and maybe I think
even then.
You guys had Brock Lesnar as a wrestler at your school. But other than that, I mean –
He did.
Brock Lesnar, there's the most famous Golden Gopher, Brock Lesnar. That's right. I never even think about that. That's spot on.
Take it. Bobby Jackson. We'll take him.
Bobby Jackson from the Sacramento Kings?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
From way back in the day. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, you got 3.
They had Tubby Smith that one time as the head coach.
That
Tubby
does not count.
Why?
I think he was driving around the parking lot one time throwing pencils and pens at players and got in trouble.
Tubby Smith was?
Yeah.
That guy. And now they got Rick Pitino Jr. as the coach, right?
Fire him.
I agree, man. Get rid of that bomb. Get rid of them. So
I'd say fire everyone, and we need to hire new people.
I agree. I think that's a good wave of talent coming in. It hasn't worked for 50+ years. It's time to maybe change it up a little bit and get someone new, right?
Yeah. What else should we talk about?
Oh, I'm glad you asked because I'm ready to segue right into the next topic.
Oh, more topics? I thought we were about ready to wrap this bad boy up.
Eric, like I told you before, you're getting replaced by someone that's funnier, more charismatic, more charming, quite honestly, handsomer than you right now. And I mean, yeah.
Thank you, Chuck.
And I was like, yeah, Chad's here too. But what are you gonna do?
That's okay.
What are you gonna do?
Chuck's on it today.
All right, so Chad, here's the question of the day, my friend. The Rockers versus the Bushwackers in a steel cage match. WWF Tag Team Championships are on the line.
The Rockers.
And the only way to get out, now mind you, this isn't a standard steel cage. This is one of those ones that has a roof on it. So the Rockers can't use their quickness advantage to climb out and go over the top. So who wins? They got to get through the door. And remember the Bushwackers back in the day used to eat sardines. They used to lick children. I mean, like, these dudes were savages. So who takes this championship, battle to the death between the Rockers? And we're going to go with, this is like 1989. The 1989 Rockers and Bushwackers.
I'm going Rockers, man.
Going with the Rockers.
All day. They're all nimbly-bimbly still. They can still outrun them.
I think you're right. I think that the Bushwackers were kind of old. They're a little bit overrated. I never really appreciated their skills. I think the Rockers would win. So which one of the Rockers actually gets out of the cage first?
I'm going to go Marty Jannetty on that one.
See, that's the one that nobody would have picked. That's why I love Chad, because everybody else would have said Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels went on, had a great career. Marty Jannetty.
He got kicked at the barbershop and then just was never the same, man.
After that day, yeah, he got thrown through the freaking window of Brutus the Barber Beefcake's barbershop, and that dude's career ended that day, unfortunately. So that's pretty good. So you got him. Who's your favorite 1980s style wrestler? I know who it is, but why don't you tell our crowd?
Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Nice.
All
Eric,
right.
what about you? Who you got, Eric? Who's your favorite 80s or 90s?
I know he got in trouble for some crazy stuff, but still, at the time when I was a kid, watching him was great.
He did get caught for killing somebody, but I mean,
And then I think he actually just had a heart. I think he passed away.
He did. So what happened was he went to the trial. I actually watched a story about this not that long ago. So I'm the expert here, and Jimmy Superfly Snuka's life story.
Wrestler. Now I have to know.
Here's what happened. Okay, so it's like back in the 80s, right? And he's there with his girlfriend, and Jimmy Snuka, I guess, had some kind of anger issues. Those guys, I'm sure they all did back then.
Shocking.
And he ended up killing the fiance and covered it up for like 30 years or something. And he went on trial. And right when he went on trial, all of a sudden he like lost his mind or whatever, and he became kind of incapacitated. And then he just died. And that's pretty much how that story ended. Damn. Not much to it.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember when I was a kid, I would go through these magazine sections at the grocery store, and I would find the wrestling ones. And I saw this one magazine where it said something about like WWF superstar deaths. And I was like, what? And I opened it, and it's like 50 to 60 wrestlers and just like how they passed away. It was like Chris Benoit, homicide, suicide, stroke, heart attack, like all crazy, like overdose, all that stuff. But it was all wrestlers that I remember growing up watching, like Brutus the Barber Beefcake, the English Bulldog, Mr. Perfect, like all those ones. And I was just like, damn.
Andre the Giant, maybe?
Oh, Andre the Giant died a while ago.
Andre the Giant, though, man, I'll tell you a story about him. I saw Andre the Giant in real life one time when I was about maybe like 8 or 10. I was a little kid, and I went to the wrestling matches down at the Ohio Center, which is like the little small arena in Columbus. It was just like one of those non-TV type things, you know, like we had kind of the B grade team in Columbus that day, but Andre the Giant was taking on, I think he was taking on Hacksaw Jim Duggan, if I remember correctly. It was when Hacksaw was like hitting him with that 2x4, you know. But I saw Andre the Giant, and that dude was like way bigger than even it looked on TV. I mean, that would suck to be that big. I can only imagine how bad that dude's life sucked, because what can you even do? He could drink like 65 beers a night. That's pretty badass. But I mean, other than that, what's the advantage to being that big? There's not one, right?
Walking over that top rope.
Yeah, but you don't even have to be that big. You can be about 6'11". You don't even have to be 7'5" to do that. You can be about 6'11" and get over the top rope. So Kevin Nash did it, you know.
Yeah, Kevin Nash.
And man, Kevin Nash is going to be way older than what Andre was. So, Eric, was Andre the Giant your favorite wrestler as a kid? I figured it'd be Brock Lesnar now that Chad brought up the fact that he's from Minnesota. And
what do you mean?
Do you like Brock Lesnar? Does anybody on the screen think Brock Lesnar's cool? I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Nah.
I
Not even
haven't
Eric.
watched wrestling in a long time.
Hey, do you know who the most famous guy from Minnesota is to be a wrestler? Well, there's 2 of them, but Eric probably doesn't know this, but I'm about to wow the crowd with this one. Who's the most famous wrestler from Minnesota?
The guy with no arms?
No, dude, it's Vern Gagne. Like, totally.
No.
You don't even know who that is, do you?
My dad does.
Exactly. Your dad's a cool dude, man. Like your dad. I like your dad. So anyway, we'll kind of get this back on track. We do a little thing here on Keepin' It Rio where we discuss our wins and shout outs for the week. We've got a special guest here, Chad Frazier from ASAP Roofing in Boise, Idaho. Chad, why don't you do the honors this week of being the first one to tell everybody how awesome your guys are? Maybe something cool happened somewhere along the way that you consider a huge win this week. We'd like for you to share it with our audience so that they know what kind of a winner Chad and his team at ASAP Roofing really are.
No, I can't emphasize enough how grateful I am for the guys that work for me, or work with me, I should say. And it's definitely grateful for how much effort they put in. I mean, they were even doing stuff before they were even, making commission checks. So definitely want to give a shout out to them and let them know how much I appreciate them for sure. But as far as our big achievement, we just got our 42nd roof approved. So only 8 more to go to 50 to reach our goal.
Man, you guys are going to hit that for sure. I love it. Eric, why don't you give us what's going on in the roundup in Tyler, Texas today? What's the big win in Tyler, and what's your shout out today, sir? What is your shout out, Mr. Eric Schugel, Representative Rio Blanco, Tyler, Texas?
Win is we had 4 adjusters meetings set up today, so I'm pumped about that. And shout out, I mean, I guess my guys for continuing to follow up with their people and continuing to work their leads, and always joy.
Always joy. Hey, do you guys know that joy was actually brought to us by Chad? Chad's the one who recommended it.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
He reminds me that Chad is owed a referral bonus.
No.
Yeah, Joy tells us all the time how much she loves you. Well, she tells me that. She's usually saying how much she doesn't really like Eric, but she's like, I wish Chad was here instead. And
yeah, I believe it for sure. Trust me.
Joy and I go way back. She was an agent at a State Farm, and when I did one of my actually, she was the first office that I did a presentation for with JoJo, and then just kept in contact with her, and now she works at Rio.
She came to the Marshall's birthday party, and I think she had a pretty good time. You guys should all ask about that next time you talk to her.
Oh, man, you're bad, Eric.
Marshall throwing ragers or what?
Eric, you got to now. I don't know what you're talking about, so now you have to. You got to. Do it. Do it, Eric. Do the right thing.
Nope.
Do it.
Do it for the ratings. Joy's not watching today.
She's going to watch it in the morning, and she's going to
watch tomorrow.
And she will murder me.
Eric, come on, man. Seriously. Don't ruin this.
I
You've
just
got
told
Chad
you,
Frazier here.
I'll joy and ask her. Just ask her about how great the party was.
Here's the question of the day. How come Jeremy and I were not invited to this
You were
party?
Invited.
No, I wasn't. I would have been
what
there.
What do you mean Facebook invited? I invited you.
Anything, dude. I didn't even know about
don't
it.
say that.
Marshall's my dude. I mean, he's named after Marshall Falk. I don't know if you knew that, Chad, but he's named after Marshall Falk. Spelled differently, but you guys have something in common.
All right, Jeremy, your wins and shout outs for the week.
Jeremy, yeah, you're winning shout out for the week. Because, dude, wait until you get to me, because I've got like 35, 40 minutes worth of wins this week. I even got a video that I'm going to share. It's going to be sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
Jeremy knows what's up.
So definitely for my guys, we had a pretty good week. I think Chris got a deal coming up soon. Roland got a deal going. But my shout out's going to go to Chad, man. This guy, every week we got our Tuesday morning or Tuesday leadership meetings, and we all have to present. And this week we got to hear Chad speak, and man, I don't know, you killed it, brother. I enjoyed it, and I like knowing a little bit more about you and all your little crazy stuff that happened in life. And
I got stories for days, man.
Man, well, that's why we wanted to have you. We wanted to hear your stories. Man. We love them. It was entertaining, brother, and I appreciate it. And good stuff from you, man. So kudos to what you're doing over there, and always joy for sure. I mean, she's helping me keep it on track with all of our guys and getting them paid. So she's the best.
What's that? What?
Always sucking up to joy, Jeremy.
You have to. Hey, you got to give her that love. You got to give her that love.
I love it. That's why Jeremy's getting a couple extra bonus points on his checks every week, right? Woo-hoo. No worries. That's why Jeremy got all those designer hats, and Eric was still waiting on his Rio Blanco hat. Like, got one now,
a new
huh?
hat.
Yeah, what's up? Looking good.
It's not really.
Yeah, we don't even respect Eric enough to give him a new hat, man. It's terrible.
I tried one on the other day. It just didn't quite fit, so I was like, I'll wait for the next one.
What about this Rio Blanco blue, man? This
I like that one.
Sick. So, yeah.
Jeremy's got a bunch, too. Can you tell?
Yeah. Dude, me and Jeremy, we got style. I'm taking some shirts down tomorrow to Bud's Embroidery in San Antonio to have some more stuff done, some Rio Blanco custom work. But
Chad needs some Rio swag.
I think Chad's going to get we're going to send you something for sure. You're getting something.
For being a guest.
If it's a hat, preferably the snapbacks. I like the old school style.
Yep. That's what we got over here. That's what we've got. We've got fitted and snapbacks. Hey, look, we got Marshall. It was his birthday. He's named after Marshall Falk. Look how much more mature he looks now. Like just 7 days later, it was his birthday the other day, and now he looks like he's at least 5 or 6, right?
Eric's like, oh, he's done.
Full head of hair.
Yep. Look at Marshall. Hi, buddy.
He's growing in that beard.
Hi,
You look
buddy.
like Chad soon.
Slowly but surely.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, hey, check this out. So I got a couple really cool wins this week as well. I was hoping to announce one of them today that's major, but I'm gonna have to wait because it's not quite official yet. But
It's
when
coming.
I announce this major thing, Keeping It Rio is gonna be like seen in a completely different light.
Marsh, what do you got here?
Marsh, what you got here?
There we go.
So we're not gonna announce that yet, but I did have a pretty big win this week, and I want to share this with everybody because I think it's pretty cool. I was just randomly chilling here at my office the other day, and somebody on Facebook just put up an inquiry for like, would anybody like to do a voiceover for a TV commercial, right? So you guys know me. I just instantly responded like, yeah, dude, I'll do that. I have no idea why, but I felt like doing it that day. So a whole bunch of people tried to get in on this action, right? And this is where I'm really kind of saying I beat out a ton of people here. You guys don't even realize how badass this is. But there was a bunch of people that I beat out for this. So this is 1:17 of pure joy. And that's a shout out to Joy as well. So check this video out real quick because I'm super proud of this. And remember, well, I'll let you see this and then I'll tell you. Here we go. All right. Uh-oh. Here we go. Looking for a licensed and experienced professional to tackle your next concrete masonry project? Is that me? Is that me? No further than right here in the Cole region. Yeah, that's me, guys. Since 1987, Brian Persing and his crew have been providing quality craftsmanship and the ability to offer a variety of both residential and commercial masonry. How gangster is this? I'm just asking.
And we don't even have a voiceover for Rio Blanco.
Walkways and steps to block work.
I'm not gonna lie, when you first said voiceover, I was thinking a cartoon.
The trusted name in your community. I did a cartoon voiceover too for Rio Blanco, but what about this? I mean,
you may have seen I think Rio Blanco needs one of these,
including the Veterans Memorial. Me too. West Lincoln Street. Listen to those melodic tones, though, man. Like, dude, this guy's got it going on. No matter what your project might be, the team at Brian G. Persing Masonry are ready to bring. I don't even know this guy, but I hope he appreciates this. Visit their website at www.briangpersingmasonry.co. I think he's in Pennsylvania. Today,
wish we had someone like that.
847-2479. What do you mean?
That had that type of voice, like nice smooth voice.
Oh, dude, that's like.
We need that for Rio. We need that for Keeping It Rio. We need that.
That's like Bubba the Love Sponge right there.
Did you do it in your studio, Chuck?
Of course.
Oh, that was Chuck?
That's right.
Of course. I got the mixing board all hooked up. I got everything. I got done doing it.
That was Chuck? Really?
Yeah. Good one, Eric. Good one.
Kaboom.
That machine you have really does help. Wow.
I know. I sound like magic. Yeah, Eric knows. He had to sit next to me for like 9 hours at the Country Fest the other day where I was like right up in his face with a microphone. So he knows. He knows about the melodic tones. He knows about the 112 people that came over to sign up based on that.
There would have been more if. Well, no, there wouldn't have been more, I guess.
No, there wouldn't. No, there wouldn't. It's good. Nice try, though, bud. So that thing there was a pretty big win, right? Like the other thing I want to announce is a huge win. And then for a shout out, like who do I want to shout out this week?
Joy.
Definitely Joy. Always shouting out Joy. I know.
You two are always sucking up the Joy.
I don't know. There's a reason why she likes me and Jeremy and doesn't like you. It's because we're nice to her. And she likes Chad too. I mean,
I'm nice to Joy.
Not from what I've been told. So anyways, my shout out is going to be Chad too. I think just cause look at this guy. We've been trying to get him on here. I've been trying to get Chad Frazier on this show for 28 weeks now. The 29th week he appeared and boy, are we grateful for that.
I appreciate it. Thank you for asking me, man.
Glad you waited.
Chad, let me ask you another question. You did mention your girlfriend, Allison.
Mm-hmm.
Allison is the social media director for Rio Blanco Roofing and Restoration, all three of our branches, and she does an amazing job. We'd like to give her a shout out as well.
What was the question?
Did you hear that?
I thought you said
you got shouted out.
She heard that.
Thanks,
guys. See, there you go. Outstanding. Outstanding. So we got some crazy Rio Blanco K socialized media stuff coming out here pretty soon. I saw a proof today of one where I was dressed as a turkey, so it's going to be pretty entertaining. We're going to have some good holidays this year.
The turkey outfit that Leanne still has in her closet.
Yep.
Oh, that one's an ancient one.
It fit good though, man.
The Samson one.
I did the Grinch too, and as I recall, you were the Grinch last year, correct? And you got didn't you catch a beating from somebody, or were you the one doing the beating?
No, I dressed as Santa, but I wasn't in that video.
I remember you being in one though.
That was you, JoJo, and someone else.
No, the video where he beat up the printer, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was me, JoJo, and Steven.
Yeah,
but I mean the one where you were dressed up as the Grinch. Weren't you dressed as the Grinch in a video? And you were like,
I honestly can't remember if I was or not.
Chad,
I feel like that's something I would have remembered, but
okay, well, I'll find it because I believe that it was you. Well, you were the Grinch, and you were walking around Tyler, and no recollection. Doesn't ring a bell at all.
I drove around with JoJo and Leanne. We were getting the gifts for the kids. That
I remember that.
I remember I was dressed up as Santa Claus, so that one was. I remember that.
Who was it that caught a beating then that was dressed up as the Grinch? You guys remember that? Eric Hughes was the police officer. You guys don't remember that one?
Oh, it was Hunter.
I was gonna say I thought Hunter was in that one, but
yeah,
he was like, I thought he was like an elf or something.
Yeah, I could have swore it was Chad, but I apologize. I mean, I just see greatness in everything, and I assume it's you. So sorry, bud.
I appreciate it. It happens.
So anyway, we'll start wrapping up Keeping It Rio. We normally do like a little lightning round type thing. Anything you'd like to add to the proceedings that we've got today? I always like to start with Eric because Eric always is looking like that when I do it. Eric, what would you like to say to end the program today?
What do you mean? What do you like? Something like inspirational or
29 weeks in? How many times have we done this?
Question.
Whatever you'd like. Whatever you'd like. You haven't professed your love to anybody today.
But anyways, Chad, let's say that you had to explain what happened in the world in the last 10 years, and you had 1 minute to explain the past 10 years. What would you say?
Eric's going to become the host of this thing next week.
This is what I would say. I would say, all right, take your favorite food place. In this case, we'll just say In-N-Out.
Whataburger.
In-N-Out. I like that.
Okay, and we'll say, all right, well, we'll pick somebody else. And they say, hey, what's your favorite place? And they say, Whataburger. Okay, so now we have two people that like separate things. And over the last 10 years, people on this side haven't tried the food on In-N-Out and vice versa, but they still hate the other side. They have a bunch of big-ass people that just sorry for the language. A bunch of petty people that aren't really caring about the other side. And now that's kind of what I feel like the world is.
Oh, yes.
It's just,
God, Chad, you have two really good answers for those, man. Like, I love that.
This man is very analytical.
I made that same comparison before on a Facebook post where I compared politics to your favorite between In-N-Out and Whataburger, and
I wasn't even trying to go to politics. I was just saying explain what happened.
Well, that's what's happening. I didn't do politics because, screw politics.
Yeah.
But I did it in fast food because, let's be honest, everybody loves fast food. In-N-Out all day, by the way.
If you watch this show, you know that we love fast food. So, Chad, that brings us to another topic real quick. Since we're here, we got a guy in Boise. We know that there are different establishments where people like to go and eat during the day.
Mongolian barbecue.
We've got, what's that?
Mongolian barbecue. It's my favorite restaurant, hands down.
No. We got to get a little bit more in depth than that.
I got excited. Sorry.
A little more in depth than that. We're not talking good food here. We're talking, what's your favorite gas station to eat at? What's your favorite gas station in Boise, Idaho? What's got the best hot dogs? The best rolled up hot dogs with pancakes around them.
Chad, do you have the real strips up there?
I don't eat. I'm not gonna lie. I don't eat that stuff anymore. But if I had to choose one, if I had to, it would be Maverick, and they have these little rolled up burritos.
How big are they? They mini burritos or like regular size?
They're miniature size burritos.
Okay.
They're about the size of a water bottle, maybe a little bit smaller.
That's big.
No, a little bit smaller than that.
I
Like
know. I was like, whoa.
Okay. Well, that's Maverick. There you go. I've never even heard of it. Here in
Maverick.
College Station, we don't have any real we don't have QT
No gas
down
station
here or
food?
Bucky's. We got a bunch of like other ones, but
Bucky's is
I-
just not a gas station, man.
Bucky's is
not just gas.
Bucky's is an experience. That's all it is. I don't even go there anymore. I go to QT. QT is
I
my
went
favorite,
today.
which stands for Quick Trip.
Oh.
Bucky's is a lifestyle. in
Oh, you
Texas.
went
There
to
it
Bucky's
is.
today, Jeremy? You went to
No, not to Bucky's. I went to QT's, the one we usually go to.
on San Pedro.
And-
I'm going there tomorrow. I'm
Yep.
getting a rowdy energy first thing in the morning.
I got 2 brisket tacos and a brisket sandwich.
What?
No.
It wasn't Oscar, the manager, that made it, was it?
No. Some girl
Nope.
made
See?
it. But
Yeah, dude, you screwed up. If it's not Oscar, it ain't right. Oscar
Man.
makes the stuff good. He made me a brisket grilled cheese. And there's a place, Chad, in San Antonio called the Smoke Shack.
ooh,
And
that's a good one.
it's got brisket grilled cheese, right? Well,
Ooh.
QT, which is Quick Trip. Eric will fight to the death saying it's not, but it does stand for Quick Trip. And their brisket grilled cheese is actually the best on earth. Look at Eric. He's doing something. I like bringing attention to Eric when he's up to no good. Eric, what are you doing, bud?
I can't even see his. Oh,
Nothing.
he's being devious over there.
He just looks suspicious at
He
all
just looked like
times.
he's
so-
up to something. He's doing something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I texted chat.
He's
Oh, he
twiddling.
texted Chad. What's it say? Chad, what's your text say?
Oh god.
Loving it.
Okay. Eric, you're cool. Why do you want to get off the show so bad? This show would suck without you.
I'm
You're,
just-
you're the thing that keeps it together.
I just love throwing texts to see what they'd respond or if they'd laugh or anything.
Chad
No
looks pissed.
reaction. I think
Chad
I
looks
texted
pissed.
Jeremy,
I don't think he
Because
enjoyed
I-
I
that at all.
texted Jeremy a little bit ago and nothing. Just nothing.
Let me see.
Yeah, Jeremy respects the program. So does Chad. And the program respects them. That's why they're never the butt of the jokes like you, unfortunately.
Not funny this time, Jeremy.
It was a good one. Yeah.
Go ahead and share. What did Eric
No,
send?
that's the one he already said though. For me to stop. I don't know what he said.
Stop
Stop
staring at Chad.
Chad. I was like, what?
All right. Well, sometimes you'll have it. So
I
we're
love
getting ready
it.
to call it a day here, keeping it real. We do like a 1 hour usually program. Eric hates it. He wants to do like 10 minutes. I'm pushing
I
for
know.
3 or 4 hours. I'm trying to get us to show on like Sirius
Is it-
XM.
Is there a football game on tonight or who's playing?
I love you, Chuck.
Who is
Dolphins.
tonight? I love you too, Eric. Thank you.
Dolphins and Ravens, I believe.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Hey, real quick, let me ask you guys a question. What do you
Go
guys
for
think
it.
about Urban Meyer? Like, that dude has 2 wins now with the Jaguars. He beat the Bills the other day.
6-9, right? Or 9-6? What
9 to
was it?
6, dude. A field goal, a defensive struggle, obviously, but Buffalo
That was
has
a
one of the best
high-scoring game.
quarterbacks in the league, and they shut him down.
Yeah.
I want to see him on the dance floor next time.
No, you don't. He gets in trouble when he's on the dance floor.
Oh, that's messed
Urban
up.
Meyer does not need to go to his own restaurant anymore, which his restaurant has major swagger. It is in Dublin, Ohio, and it's called Urban Meyer's 7-0 Tavern because, 7-0 was his record against Michigan.
Oh, is that really what it's? Okay.
That's how they do that. It's life down there. It's like, on the week of the Michigan game, you cross out everything that's got the M on it, and you don't use that
That's
letter.
crazy.
So, anyways,
Michigan games.
the Michigan games, exactly.
So who's
And
winning tonight?
Who we got the Ravens. Is anybody hurt on the Ravens? They got
Nobody
no
even
J.K. Dobbins,
cared.
which no J.K. Dobbins. Who does the Dolphins have? The Dolphins were the other team that Jacksonville actually beat, so I can't really think that they're that good, right? If I was
What
betting,
about
I'd go Ravens.
Tua?
And
Yeah, I'm going Ravens.
Eric,
Ravens.
what's the over, Eric?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look.
35, 35 to 17. Ravens, I'm calling it.
I'm
35 to
thinking-
17. That's high scoring.
Sure is.
Well, one of them's got a really good offense, and the other one has a really bad defense.
Sure
So
is.
that's
Sure
how you
is.
get a high-scoring game.
Sure damn is.
That's right. That's right. So I think we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna do our final walkthrough. Eric, I know you did say something already, but let's have you do it again real quick. Give us something else.
All right. How many times are you gonna? Let me see. How many times are you gonna look back and wish you would have started last year?
I don't think anybody understands the question. Honestly, that's kind of confusing. So there you go, Eric. You won. You got me. You got me.
At least I'm done now.
There you go. Zip it up and zip it in, right? That's like the Dave Chappelle from back at Zippity Doo Dah. I don't even know what Eric was talking about, but that was very emphatic. Oh. What happened?
He was trying to shut his laptop down.
Anyway, Eric, you got any given breaks to do this week? Chad, are you still involved in any given break?
Yes,
do you still do those?
No, man. I took a little hiatus from card collecting. Actually, I've held on to my.
You have the one though, right?
What's the one?
Look, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what the one is.
Saved the encased auto, and I have all my Jonathan Taylor rookie autos, my Edgerrin James auto. Oh yeah, I'm holding on to the good ones.
Do you have a Brutus Buckeye? I have a Brutus Buckeye.
I do not.
Oh, there you go.
You have a Brutus Buckeye auto?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Signed in crayon.
I sent it to him and authenticated it.
You're a good guy, Eric. That's what you do. Any given break has supplied my entire office over here. I've got these signed footballs. I've got Archie.
I have something else for you too next time you come to Tyler.
Who are you talking to? Chad or Chuck or Jeremy?
I got something for all three. Next time you all three come to stop by, I got something for all of you.
Eric, I need something from the St. Louis Blues or the Chargers if you have anything.
St. Louis Blues or the Chargers.
What's Jeremy got there? Who was that?
Probably just like the Cowboys.
You could call me if you find something. Let me know.
Okay, St. Louis Blues and the Chargers.
Yep.
Like older then?
St. Louis
Doesn't
Blues.
Okay, I got lots of. I'll find some stuff.
Perfect.
You guys do a pretty good any given break with hockey. Is that like a big? I just heard the St. Louis Blues. I didn't even know that was a thing.
No, but I got a bunch of cards. I think somewhere hockey cards from buying out somebody's lot.
You got any Columbus Blue Jackets? They're pretty good.
Not new.
Dude, I don't know. I'll tell you a quick story about the Columbus Blue Jackets, then we'll get out of here. The Columbus Blue Jackets, the first game in the history of the organization that they won. It's the only hockey game I've ever been to in my entire life. There you go. I went to the very first win in the history of the franchise, and I've never been back.
I like that. Hey, I actually got a sports question for you guys. If you're supposed sports enthusiasts,
We are.
Of the four major sports groups,
NASCAR.
NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL, name all the teams whose team name does not end in the letter S. I want to say there's 8.
Okay. We do have the Minnesota Wild. I know the Minnesota Wild, right? We have the Washington football team.
Ooh, that's new.
Ooh, that one. All right.
Do they even count?
Before that.
Okay, so Washington football doesn't count.
Go ahead. We'll add that one, I guess.
So there's 9 then. There's 9.
There's 9.
Okay. Let's see. Let's think about this. I'm thinking baseball. I think every team in baseball has an S, doesn't it? I'm going through them all right now. I'm like A's, Blue Jays, Red Sox. There you go. And the White Sox. And White Sox. Okay.
Red Sox, White Sox. You said the Minnesota Wild.
Minnesota Wild and the Washington football team.
Yep.
So we got 4.
Damn, Chuck's on that.
What else we got? NBA. Let's see. NBA.
Jazz. The Jazz.
The Utah Jazz. There's 5, right?
Orlando Magic.
The Magic. NHL. I don't know a lot more. I know the Wild. I know there's like a new team that has a weird name that's like Kraken or something like that. I don't know what that
Kraken.
is.
Yeah,
They don't
I didn't count them either.
Seattle Kraken.
So there's actually 10.
Yeah.
The Kraken?
The football team.
Yeah, the Kraken.
Okay.
Well, shoot.
So we got 3 that we're missing.
We're doing good with those.
Let's see. NHL. NFL.
Let me know if you want me to step in.
What about NFL? NFL, what do we got?
The Jets.
I'm ready for
right
no,
now.
got it.
man.
I'm like Patriots, Browns, Bengals, Ravens, Dolphins. I think all the NFL teams end with S, right?
I don't know.
All right, Chad. We've got 3 that we're missing, I believe. What are they?
You got the Miami Heat,
Ooh.
Orlando, or no, you already said Orlando.
Yeah.
The OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder,
Ooh, the Thunders.
Okay.
Thunder. There
and
you
the
go.
Tampa Bay
Oh, the
Lightning.
Thunders, man.
The Tampa Bay Lightning.
I knew it was a hockey team.
Oh, the Lightnings too.
You guys know where the Tampa Bay Lightning play? The name of their building?
Tampa Bay Oracle. No.
No, it's
Wow.
called the Ice House.
Ooh.
The Ice House. So there you go.
The Ice House. Nice.
I like it.
Been there. Back in the day, I used to work for a landscaping company, and we actually mulched the Raymond James Stadium before the Super Bowl back in 2000. That's right.
Nice.
But you guys didn't know that about me. So
None.
Fun fact.
there you go. Everything's fun here at Keeping It Rio. So
I
we got
agree.
everything. We'll let Jeremy give his words of wisdom. We'll let Chad. I will give my words of wisdom. Then I'll probably ask Eric to do it like 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah.
And then we'll call it a day. So, Jeremy, what kind of words of wisdom do you have to impart upon the millions and millions of people? Which, hey, look, I'm going to tell you guys, I had to do analytics the other day for this podcast for all the different things we're on. Way more people see this than we realize. Like I said, man, we're a worldwide phenomenon. So, as part of a worldwide phenomenon, Jeremy,
Glad to be a
what
part
would
of
you
it.
like to add to the world?
Just keep it real. That's it. Just keep
what I was
on
gonna
keeping
say.
it
And he
real.
gets away with that, and he'll get away with that.
I know. Thank you, Jeremy.
That's-
That's a great comment, bud.
That was
very,
great. That was-
very well,
Good.
insightful.
That was, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real, babe. We're keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
Yes.
See, now it's a
Yeah.
trend. Now it's a
That's
trend.
a trend,
Keep
Eric.
it
And you
real,
know what's
baby,
really
right.
cool about this too is I'm watching over here on this screen, and ASAP Roofing Idaho just shared Keeping It Rio's podcast. So
What?
all your fans over at Idaho, Boise, ASAP are now going to be Keeping It Rio fans. I don't believe we had Idaho on our list of states, so now we should. So,
Nice.
yep, there you go. So
There it is.
that's
We're
cool.
expanding.
We're expanding. We're going to be worldwide before it's all said and done. Hopefully
We're
next
reaching
week I'll
out.
have a pretty big announcement to make, which, like I said, just bear with me. We're working on something pretty sweet. So I was going to say keep on keeping it Rio too. So since Jeremy said that, I'm going to go ahead and say the same thing. Keep on keeping it Rio. It was so good when Jeremy said it that I felt like I'll just repeat him. And
2 times.
so there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome the great, legendary Chad Frazier. It's now 6:02 p.m. his time. This man came right off the 5 o'clock work bell, jumped in, did his thing. He showed up before Eric did, and Eric's a regular. So,
Oh.
Chad, we appreciate you very much. I definitely want to say we miss you in Texas a lot, too. Every time I go to Tyler, I'm like looking around, and I'm like
I'll
kind of like
pop
a
up
lost
one day.
puppy dog or something. I'm like, Chad.
I'll pop up one day. You'll see me pop my head around the corner. Hey,
That's
That's
I'm
right.
looking forward to that day. Hopefully, it's coming
Me
up
too.
pretty soon.
Me
Christmas
too.
party. So,
Hey,
everybody,
what's
thank
Chad's?
you.
What's Chad's final words? We got to get some from Chad.
Chad, what are your final words?
two things.
I'm sorry, I almost neglected that.
No,
Damn.
you're good. These are 2 things that I always like to say to people.
All right.
1, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
Ooh.
2, don't do anything stupid, but do some stupid shit.
There you go.
I leave
That's
you with
it.
those 2. I leave you with those 2. Take it for what it is and run with it.
That's
And
it.
keep keeping it real.
Keep on keeping it Rio.
Yeah, keep it
and
on keeping it real.
Kaboom.
That's my thing I'm going to say from now on at the end of every show.
What?
Kaboom.
We're good. We'll wait till next week.
Uh,
We'll
I
do it.
love
Next week will be
Eric. I
cool.
love
So
Eric.
thank you guys for watching Keeping It Rio. We'll see you all next Thursday. And everybody have a great week. Keep on keeping it Rio.
Keep on keeping it Rio.
Later.